head out to Robert here in Melbourne. I heard Robert had called in a lot earlier today and got a question about a vehicle. I don't even know, Robert, if they even sell this thing in the United States, do they?
No, they don't.
Interesting vehicle. Folks, he's calling about a 2016 Kia Bongo. It's kind of like a cab over little diesel truck that I guess they sell mostly in the Caribbean islands and in South America. I've seen them when I've been in the Bahamas, but I don't think I've ever seen one in the United States. Are you looking to purchase one to import it into the U.S. or do you need it out of the country, Robert?
Well, I actually live in Costa Rica, and I see them all over the place. Most of the people that are like construction workers or whatever various type of businesses that they have, most of the guys have those vehicles. Mm-hmm. And I'm just curious to see if they're even, if they're reliable. Well, I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, they make a couple. They've made them for years. I mean, they are very, very common out of the United States. They're all little diesels, They make a couple different little diesels on them. And Robert, I'll tell you, I did a little research on it before the program come on, and honestly, for as many of those as there is on the road down there in South America, there's not a whole lot of issues that I can see with them. The engines actually hold up good along with the transmissions, and I'm going to tell you, the only thing that is really common as far as problems with that vehicle, it looks to be that there is a few overheating issues that is common with those vehicles. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, the way I understand this, and I looked at the schematic on it, it looks like that you have an AC condenser, if it's got AC on it, and you have an intercooler. Right. And those components, of course, get pretty hot. And the way I understand it, the radiator sets way back from the condenser and the intercooler. And by having it like that, that air isn't really being able to be forced into the radiator to really keep it optimally cold, And so I guess especially excessive idling and that sort of thing, in-town driving could probably be a little hard on them. Out on the road, it'd probably be fine. Now, I would tell you this, and when I think of something like this, I'm sure it's already been done. But since they're talking about the excessive distance between the radiator and the intercooler and the condenser, to me, if I wanted to direct that airflow more so into the radiator, there's a couple ways a person could do that. You could build some shrouds to actually go from the radiator maybe right straight down to underneath the vehicle, or just build like some type of a box to actually funnel the air more into the radiator itself. So that way, when the cooling fan's kicked on and you got your regular fan on the motor pulling air through, maybe that would give it just a little more airflow through the radiator itself. But it sounds like a problem that could be easily corrected, is what I want to try to get to.
And, it's pretty interesting you brought that up, because Costa Ricans love modifying stuff and love their accessories down there. So I don't think I'd have a problem finding anybody to help me do something like that, or maybe I could just do it myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd look it up. You could probably look it up online. I'm sure it's been done. But, that was really the most common denominator as far as problems goes with those. Other than that, those engines, I really did not know, Robert, but they've been making those things for years and years and years.
2008, I believe.
Well, earlier than that. They've got them for 2003. So I was like, I had no idea that they've been making that vehicle that long. But it being something that we don't run into every day, and, a question like this, I love investigating something new. I'm almost excited about it. But listen.
Well, I'm glad that you're excited.
But you get one of those. Listen, I want you to call us back and check in with us, because I'm sure, with the YouTube channel and stuff, people listen to the program or tune in all over the world. And I'd like to have as much information about that vehicle as we possibly can. So if somebody else is looking for information on it, that way we kind of help them along the way too. Robert, thank you so much for giving us a call and kicking the show off today.
Thank you.
All right. I guess we're going to take a break here, and it's time for the three big things. And we get back, folks, John, Mike, Richard, George, John, Justin, and AJ, we're going to get to your calls as well.